Well, hello everyone. They have another build order. This time on Strife Titan 20 by 20 extreme land spam kinda map, or as some people say, Grand. Yet again, because this map is a little bit more, what would I call it, niche slash less played. We don't really have a Nexus build order, so we have a Tagada build order, which is, it's not that it's bad, but I don't know, Tagada, sometimes I look at Tagada, he makes decisions that I question, so I always try to tweak the bio a little bit more. And regarding the eco balance, does he go for 5 or he goes for 6? I think 6 is good enough. Then, and anyways, the bio starts with something like this. I think he goes 4 pigeons air factory. This is more of me, and then you wanna do 3 pigeons. Probably like you can do 2 and get away with it. I'm like pretty sure. Oh, so you need to do a lot of stuff very early on. So get your APM hats on because you're gonna need them. And then I kinda went really loud there. Then this is the second engineer, he comes here. I'm also trying, when I'm making these videos, to not be excessively loud with the mic, because I have it in front of me, and it's a good mic, so it captures my voice quite well. But this is pretty much what Tagada does with the engines. It's a little bit whack, but it's actually pretty good. If you play this map, it's very easy to feel excessively overwhelmed by all the things your engineers have to do. He doesn't do this, but I think it's good putting this radar here. It's a little bit of a safe move. You don't have to do it, but it's kinda hard for it to be taken out, and it will always give you like a good coverage over here. But anyways, here we have our next engineer. Here we want to do, this is what he does, something like this. We're gonna rush a transport very early on. Here we have our tank. Tagada just goes for 2 scouts, but I think that's pretty bad because he makes Selines rather than tanks, and it's very obvious how it's very obvious how he gets raided anyways, and the Selines don't really stop anything. So that's why I think the 2 tanks, 2 Selines is way better, especially because your opponent cannot go anywhere and they will have to make these slabs very early on. Instead, I make my tanks and I'm assured of their safety. I'm done catching the Seline here. And then I think around now, after this, I'm gonna send the ACU away. Then I'm gonna make him, I don't know, maybe assist here. Oh, darn it, I forgot about this. And then you have your 3 engineers all working towards this. Let's make it 4. I think you end up leaving with 5 anyhow. And with your intis, you just want to be aggressive and attack any possible enemy transports or scouts, be annoying. And then with your 5 NGs, you just leave here. And one of the things I realized, you see we have like an okay eco balance right now, but one of the things I know Tagada doesn't do is drop here, which I think is pretty bad. And then he takes an awful lot of time dropping places, and I quite disagree with it. I don't like how long he takes. Here we want to start like building with 2 engineers. We're gonna start building a lot of E over here. Simply put, because we need to. We need a lot of engineers to survive. Then here the same. We want to build the mexes, then a land factory. Probably have our air covering this bad boy. Then ACU can come here to the middle. And then probably like another dude can, like, I don't know, I just help them. Because you definitely need a lot of E early on, and then here you can just put this here and then put another one. I'm just gonna do it like this, and as you can see, we're missing a lot of energy despite having so much, what's the word, so many engines already working on E. We're still like having a small minus 178. I'm gonna load these 3 engineers probably on here. We have our first factory coming here, which is pretty nice, and then I'm probably gonna load these 3 guys here, and I'm probably gonna start, should I start making factories? I think I'm going to make a couple of factories with this guy. Now these guys are loaded, I can like, you know, start having choices of where I'm gonna drop. I can like just to do something like let's say this here, and then come back. Make sure to like keep your factories busy, and you see you can have a pretty nice eco balance, and you definitely want to be careful of like not leaving your AC on a bad position. Probably like, you know, you can make more raiders over here. I'm starting a little bit of energy, so I'm probably gonna, oh no, I'm gonna stop making so many factories. As you can see, we still need more pigeons despite having so many factories. Where is this one? All over the place. And then build a radar here. Then you can do this. Then I think one of you guys can go work on the hydro, to be honest. And then you can work on the hydro as well. But as you can see, you need excessive amounts of E on a map like this. And now we're gonna see the build order, well, the replay from Tagada. He does something similar. However, I do complain that Tagada is very indecisive with his drops, and I think he goes super greedy, and he literally like loses so much stuff because of it. And I think with the transport you do not want to be greedy, because we don't have any tanks on this side since we're covering this side very early on. Therefore you want to make sure you do your drops in separate spaces and on a good manner. So let's go check that out. Well, hello everyone. We're gonna come check the Tagada PO in Strife of Titan. As I said, super spammy map. To be honest, I'm not very happy with the way this whole thing comes down. I feel like it's a little bit yikes. Then again, it's a casual ladder match, so I'm not really expecting much, but it's pretty much the same thing. First NG, second NG, third NG, fourth NG. Then he sends the scouts, which aren't really gonna do anything to help him. And he has this tank here. He sends it here. Well, I feel like the tanks are much more efficient at blocking anything like this. So he already lost 1 NG here. And then as you can see, there's okay, let me slow down this. Okay, so here everything is exactly the same. Well, here Tagada was gonna drop this 1 NG here and 2 NGs here. What I feel like it's a god awful choice, is picking this guy up, because he's delaying this a lot. And I don't think it's gonna just take too much time to pick this engine. I would just like, you know, forfeit it. It's gone. It sucks, but I'm just not gonna do much. Also, force leans, nice. Just continue. You know, like come in here, just tells the opponent my transport is here. I have a transport with this many engineers. I'm gonna drop here. Oh, when instead this transport could be like around here. And if Swkoll isn't very clear with what he's looking at, he might miss the transport and, you know, just take 1 NG and continue. He does. Swkoll does have an air scout here, but even then, Tagada will have enough time to drop here and secure this expansion, and probably secure this expansion to have he drop here. But that's not what we get. He goes here And he gave all that extra time for good old Swkoll to start bringing everything here, because he knows, okay, his transport is here and now it's coming this way. Where is it gonna go? To the only expansion it could possibly go. And then everything else is going well. The bio is pretty much the same. But then he drops, and besides Ed being not doing anything, he starts any day now work on the factory. Then instead of finishing this factory, he decides to go into another factory. Then he starts to go on a PD because he's trying to block their shots. But I just think it's like an insane waste of time to go do these changes. He could have had this factory already done by now had he not changed targets so much. And because as you can see, this PD is about to finish, and the PD in the factory take the same much time. So this bar plus this bar plus this bar plus this bar plus the bar of whatever was here, he will have a finished factory. And even if he finishes this PD, it's a total win for Swkoll because he denied these 3 mexes, but the PD doesn't come up. And guess what? Oopsie. Tagada just doesn't have this anymore, and he also loses, I think he loses the transport if I'm correct, yeah. He also loses the transports by having 480s here. And guess what was waiting for him? Nothing. There was only 1 tank and 1 lab, and they would have been not enough to take out a factory. There's no reinforcements anywhere. Therefore, word of advice, my guys. When you drop, just finish your factory and don't get a pro player doing this, because you waste an obscene amount of time doing this. Like, focus on one and let it rip, because you are definitely gonna have a extremely hard time blocking all the shots like that, and it's very APM intensive. And the rest is pretty much just a map. Tagada has a lot of mass, not a lot of E. I don't know why from the Pelagial BO. It feels like, I guess when Tagada is in Strife, his eco isn't that good. Then again, this is a very casual match and it's not perfect, it's not tournament. But still, this is pretty big yikes, is what I would call this. And then now he has all of this stuff, but he doesn't have anything to back it up because he didn't do well. Then he has this, he thankfully catches that, but he could have this 3 max expansion and control of this had he not gotten greedy. But other than that, Pelagial is a very spammy map. You want to build factories here, factories here, factories here, factory here, and just send as much stuff as you can. I think Swkoll is a better example. He's not overflowing that much. So it's kind of crap in my opinion that Swkoll is just like sending everything here, and like, I don't know what's the goal with this sort of like all in sort of move. I feel like it's a little bit yikes. And he puts everything on his main base, which is also extremely yikes because everything takes so long to build. So I feel like we get a double yikers. I think Tagada is doing far more better with the spread compared to Swkoll. But sadly, I feel like sadly Tagada doesn't react in time and he gets on a trade. But I don't know, I feel like this is a pretty sad from Swkoll. He has all of these tanks here. And then all of these tanks here, had he not gone for the all-in, I'm pretty sure he could have like started threatening more stuff. And he could have also gone for a drop, I would believe, like taking this. Especially since Tagada is so focused on the stuff happening around here. See, he has his transport, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird how these top players sometimes play. It gives me I don't know. But anyways, you want to have a mix of what Tagada did here, but also here and here, which you would have had he dropped correctly. And then that's pretty much it. You want to start like building obscene factories here, and from your main base, and then like, you know, have multiple points where your units are coming from, because if everything is coming from the same place, then guess what? You're gonna have like 20 tanks more or less doing a conga line, and they're really far from everything. Instead, the ones here, not only do they having more factories lets you control this area better and this area too, but your units are closer and they don't have to conga line so much from your main base, and the pathfinding isn't gonna be that bad if you don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories all coming on the exact same road, making all your units slower. It's better to have these factories all over the place. But this is Strife of Titan. Actually, is this 20 by 20 now that I'm realizing? I don't think so. Because this has this huge black border, so FYI, it's probably more like 15 by 15. Sounds more correct. But even then, it's a pretty large map nonetheless. Plus you have this big border too, so it's probably like 12 or 13 by 13. I'm not really sure, but good luck on your next match, guys.